before I start, I want to give everyone permission to record me. So you're allowed to do that if you would like to. Yep, it's me again, the angry queer who just won't shut up. To be honest, I'm not sure what you really expected at this point, but fuck this. I'm tired of complacency and I'm tired of people who won't listen, so I'm demanding space and time for us because no one else will hear us out. There is no support here, and the people who claim to support us try to make our own poster girls for their own gain because, surprise, we don't trust them anymore. And why should we? Why should we when you exploit our labor and punish us when we're so tired we're worn down to the bone? Why should we when we're literally developing illnesses over the bureaucratic stress that's pawned off on us because you can't do your fucking job? Here's an official statement from yours truly. Not anymore. How dare you make us choose between bureaucracy and our own community? And you know, I find it really interesting that the largest student-led queer club on campus, in state actually, is continually denied funding, salary, and even inclusion in so-called inclusive campus events. And by interesting, I mean it's fucking horseshit. Because here's where the money really goes. I'd like to extend a big fat congratulations to Rita Chang on the $40,000 bonus that was taken away from my field of study because people like us don't deserve to exist inside the classroom, and the people who actively encourage us to speak out against institutional violence because they can't won't ever see tenure. God forbid they openly support us too. To our accomplices that treat us as actual human beings that are worth more than grades and statistics, I hear you, I see you, and I love you. And I know the pressure you're under for it. But, you know, let's just keep the predators around and vehemently protect them instead. In fact, while we're at it, that was such a moving speech the other week. Solidarity in the face of tragedy, and not at all a result of gun legislation in this shithole of a state or male entitlement, am I right? I only wish she gave a fuck about us when straight couples are stealing our own housing to learn how to live with the gays. So we're pushed out onto our friends' couches, and the power holders in our own department apparently can't use the right name or pronouns and out us in front of our classmates that queer students on campus are being told publicly to kill themselves, but no one with authority can apparently do anything until something happens. And apparently something happening is a collective of angry queer students standing up and speaking about this university's violence. How fucked up is it that I held my breath as a brave trans woman stepped in front of a police officer and shouted, "Take your hands off of them," because I was afraid for her safety? How fucked up is it that no one asked any of us, beside our own, how we were faring after realizing that we will be silenced? How fucked up is it that I'm trembling writing this and scared shitless performing this? I won't lie, I'm afraid of the backlash. I'm afraid this will be taken out on my job. I'm afraid this will be taken out on my students and my friends, on my community and my coworkers. If you truly need a scapegoat though, then so be it. Hang me up to dry, but don't you dare fucking touch my people. Don't you fucking dare. I know you say you allegedly don't condone violence and apologize for how unfortunate this is, like it's some tragedy that happened in a vacuum, and I know you claim to want solutions. Well, here's a solution. You can kiss my ass while you pretend to care about the queer students here who are terrified, but damn if pride isn't a pretty good time though, right? But hey, who gives a fuck when you're in the top 10 friendliest LGBTQIA schools, right? Sell this university with a smile and tours that don't extend to fraternity housing, or the rapes that occur outside of them, or the buildings for minorities that are literally condemned, or the ununiformed cop that's likely sitting in the audience right now. Apparently this one is a good one, but I still remember being harassed as we chalked Black Lives Matter to the chagrin of a white supremacist bus driver who reported us. I still remember the way our mentor was willing to go to jail for us. Oops, sorry, you gonna pull me off stage too, or is that just one for the queer people of color? I mean, I am pretty white, so maybe you'll talk to me instead. Heads up, I'm calling you out. My favorite part about all of this is when administration claims, "We tried to start a dialogue." But it's great neither they nor NAUPD, who apparently were directed to handle the possibility of resistance in a queer space, showed up to the meeting we collectively came together at. Not that we were heard anyway. I really did miss them, you know. They would have loved sitting back watching us go at each other's throats for 3.5 hours, while representatives from the office took the brunt of our righteous anger. I'm sorry for it, truly. But well, looks like I'm forcing their hand now, so they have to talk according to student affairs, or was that just for show too? I mean, shit. How about that PR, am I right? We sure know how to sell that football team. Forget about the rape that just happened in Tinsley where the survivor was told she should have locked her door. Tequila sunrise, everyone. But be on the lookout for the nondescript fuckboy prowling the halls. And you know, good thing this all happened around midterms. The university will just inundate us with exams to bury our experiences and let the general population forget about what happened. We'll focus on the straight white boy that was killed instead. So pretend all you like it didn't happen, I guess, and hide behind the office as you twist the arms of peers and friends so they can't talk about it. Maybe you should try a little harder, because it's pretty transparent to me that you use the office for your face so the anger gets misdirected at the people trying to help us. What, like you thought we couldn't see it? NAU strong does sound a lot like divide and conquer, after all. There's a joke in here somewhere about Pyrrhic victories, because if you should take anything from this other than, great, another yay that loves to complain, it's that soil is more fertile after fire. It's that we see this fucking sham exactly for what it is. Make no mistake, we are the ones who prop each other up, who get the scared kids afraid of being sent home after their time here ends and being killed for their identities. We are the ones who hug the frightened, triggered babies because they can't go to their own administration, because they are afraid of their own administration. This is the kind of relationship you're advocating for when you pull shit like this. We are not numbers. We are not things. We are not the exploited faces you get to plaster on your diverse postcards that you'll never see an ounce of what you promised when you send them to future students. Remember that we are adaptive. We are survivors in a society that would rather see us dead. Remember that the revolution will be an act of love. When all comes crashing down, it's us you'll still see standing, still angry, still surviving.